98.5, 80s, 90s, and now. Was it the worst week in Atlanta sports history? Over the last week, the Braves lost in the NLDS. I don't need to remind you of all these things, do I?
No.
Bulldogs. Falcons. So I went where you go to find out, was it the worst week in Atlanta sports history? And that is the sports bar.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere
You
with
gotta
wings and beer, right?
Someplace with the dudes who are angry during the Falcons game yesterday. Of 3 dudes in sports bars that I asked that question, was it the worst week? How many do you think said yes? How many do you think said no?
Go ahead,
I would guess all 3 of them said it was the worst.
It was the worst week. correct?
At least one guy has got to say, nah, the Falcons, the 28-3, the Super Bowl.
Right.
That was the worst one.
Let's see what we have here. Starting with the first guy. What's your first name?
Sorrow.
Okay, this guy, by the way, his first name is Sorrow. Oh, gosh. You could not start off in a better place. Is this the worst week in Atlanta sports history?
We've had worse.
What would you say is the worst?
Falcons Super Bowl. Because the city was bumping. We thought we had it, and halftime everyone was calling their mamas, their aunties, their grandmamas, looking at the stars and thanking the stars for the people that weren't there to see that. Excuse my language. That was a hard day.
All right, so that is one guy who says it was not the worst week.
Okay,
Next
okay.
is Cameron. Is this the worst week in Atlanta sports history?
As somebody that went to that Braves game, it's a pretty bad week to be an Atlanta fan right now, honestly.
Did you stay for that whole game?
I did. I actually didn't even get in the gates until after that first inning. I was waiting to get in, and I still went in and still watched. I mean, hey, 10 runs the first inning, still a chance, but not much of one.
Yeah.
I went to that game. It was the first 14 minutes. It was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 1 for, 1 against. Final deciding person is Kirk.
The Falcons' performance against the Patriots in the Super Bowl created the worst decade.
So you think there is a curse now on the city of Atlanta?
That'll be affirmative. The curse of the dome. I don't know. Of the MARTA Dome. The MARTA Dome. Yeah, the MARTA Dome.
It was that bus that pulled in front of it.
Who was that bus driver? Who was it? One, I grant her, she was on schedule. She was doing her job.
I don't know that it was a woman, but whoever was driving that MARTA bus, we need to contact them and sage them.
Yeah, well, so he said it's been, he set off a bad decade, right?
Yeah.
Well, the decade's over in 2 months and 16 days.
Woo, woo.
So I think 2020 through 2030.
Next year's our year.
Yes.